Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept your du'as and accept your prayers. We make du'a for all those that are in need of shifa, all those that have passed away. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We make du'a specifically for brother Jamil Ali Hassan, a family member of a community member in Jordan, passed away. May Allah grant him Jannat al-Firdaus, complete forgiveness, and give strength and sabr to the family. Just a quick couple reminders, alhamdulillah, before we jump in to the best part of Jummah, the khutbah. We have our program tonight, inshallah. It's an amazing program. We're going to be discussing what we as American Muslims can do for Palestine, to learn about the situation that's ongoing there. And there's a lot that we can do as American Muslims that we're not doing, and a lot of it is very simple stuff. It's an amazing program. You guys are going to really benefit. It's not a typical lecture. It's more of a discussion style. We encourage you to come as family. And to make it even sweeter, there's going to be a traditional Palestinian dinner as well. There's going to be magluba served. There's going to be kanafa from Kanafa Queens. So again, please come out. Isha today will be at 7:45. So right after Isha, the program will start. It'll go for 30-40 minutes. And then we will conclude with dinner, inshallah. Regarding Isha, starting tomorrow, the Isha Jama'ah will move to 7:30. So again, today it's 7:45. Effective tomorrow, Isha will be at 7:30, inshallah. The next very important announcement is starting next week, we're going to continue our class with Sheikh Hassan, but we're going to switch over the theme and topic. He's been covering tafsir of the Quran, but we're now going to start a class on the Sahabas of the Prophet ﷺ and the different companions that accompanied him throughout his journeys. The first one is going to be obviously discussing Abu Bakr radiallahu an. So it's an amazing class. If you guys haven't heard it online, you're going to really enjoy it in person. So again, this will start next Thursday after the Isha prayer. We finalized the date. I've been announcing that part of Rancho Cucamonga's initiative, investing with the community, we have community members who are directly in touch with the mayor. We're going to be recognizing an entire month for the city of Rancho Cucamonga through the mayor as Muslim Appreciation Month. We're going to be awarded by the mayor himself and other officials from the city of Rancho Cucamonga. This will be on November 12th from 7 to 9 p.m. So again, please put this on your calendar. We want our community to come. It's going to be very embarrassing if the mayor is here and nobody else is. So we want a good turnout to show him how strong and how influential our community is in Rancho Cucamonga. And lastly, and most importantly, our khatib who came from very far away, make dua for him and his family, Sheikh Sahib Ashrafi.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. قال الله عز وجل في كتابه الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال في مقام آخر: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال في مقام آخر: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. My brothers and sisters in Islam, it's a pleasure to be with you all here today on this blessed day of Jum'ah. For the Jum'ah khutbah today, I actually wanted to start a series of khutbahs. Perhaps I'm scheduled here, I think, maybe 3 times during the year. But I wanted to start a series, meaning whatever I start on today, I'm going to continue on the next khutbah, the next time I'm here, and that is regarding the story of Surah Yusuf. As you know, this is one of the most detailed stories that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us about in the Quran, and the ulama say that every single person is directly or indirectly affected by Surah Yusuf. There is something that is in Surah Yusuf that will be pertaining to your life, that you could relate to, that you can learn from. This story, the surah, is full of gems. So I'll start, inshallah, with the beginning of the surah, and wherever I leave off today, inshallah, next time I'm here, I'll continue from that point, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts off by mentioning, when He reveals this surah, that this is actually the best of stories. نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ أَحْسَنَ الْقَصَصِ, that we have revealed to you the best of stories. And the scholars mention, not only is this the best of stories, but it is the most detailed. There's no other story in the Quran about anybody that is described in more detail than the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. And as we all know, or many of us know, the story starts off with a dream that Yusuf alayhi salam sees. And the amazing thing is, it starts off with this dream, and the surah ends with the interpretation of the dream. And in the middle there is another dream for which there is an interpretation as well. But anyway, it starts off with Yusuf alayhi salam having a dream where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that he tells his father, إِنِّي رَأَيْتُ أَحَدَ عَشَرَ كَوْكَبًا وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ رَأَيْتُهُمْ لِي سَاجِدِينَ. He tells his father that I saw a dream that 11 stars were prostrating to me. رَأَيْتُ أَحَدَ عَشَرَ كَوْكَبًا وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ رَأَيْتُهُمْ لِي سَاجِدِينَ. and the sun and moon. They were all prostrating to me. His father was also a Nabi of Allah, Yaqub alayhi salam. And when he heard this from Yusuf, he knew right away that this, was something great. It had a great meaning behind it. But he also knew at the same time that if others heard about it, specifically those close to him, his own blood, his own brothers, that it would be a problem. So what did he advise him? لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك فيكيدوا لك كيدا. He said, do not tell this dream to your brothers, lest they plot something against you. And I'm going to stop right there as a stopping point for our first lesson, inshallah. This is something really amazing. Yaqub alayhi salam is telling his son not to tell his other siblings, meaning his own other children, about this dream, lest they plot something against you. What we learned from this, first off, is that if anything good comes to you, and it may not even have to be good necessarily, but if something is going on in your life, you're, embarking on a business journey, or you're going to start some type of business, you are enjoying, a really good time at a certain place, it's not necessary that you go out and tell everybody about the things you are engaged in. And specifically, I want to mention this in regards to those who, constantly use social media, and they have a habit of posting things non-stop. Every single thing they do on a daily basis, the world needs to know. I just had breakfast at this restaurant. I just had lunch here, and I'm going to have dinner here. And here's my outfit for today and my shoes. Every little detail has to be posted on social media for the world to see. This is a problem. It's a problem. And there's many consequences to this. Number one, the first one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually describes it in the surah, is that other people will get jealous. Other people will get jealous. And it's not that other people are bad, that they're just bad people and they hate to see other people happy or receive nice things. No, that's not necessarily the case. But rather Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لِلْإِنسَانِ عَدُوٌ مُبِينٌ. That verily the shaitan is an enemy to man. And shaitan will many times come inside of you and make you jealous of someone else. Say, man, look at the car this guy's driving. I should be driving that car. How did he get such a car? He doesn't even have that great of a job. Or look at the house he's living in. Look at, sometimes, na'udhu billah, they even look at other people's spouses and say, how is this person married to so-and-so? Sometimes it's the shaitan that gets the better of people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us of that. People will get jealous. Another consequence to this too, this is a sad one, is that people will become miserable. So they're not necessarily jealous, but they become miserable and sad and frustrated that they cannot enjoy life. They are not living a good life until they have what you have, until they experience what you have experienced. And this is one of the most detrimental consequences, I think, of social media that affects a lot of people's mental health. And they get upset sometimes. They get frustrated with their family, maybe with those around them, because of things they see and they know they cannot get. And it gets to them. Like, man, my life sucks. My life sucks because look at this person. He or she is living it up. I don't even have a quarter of that. I'm useless. Why am I even living? People become miserable. People become miserable because you're constantly flaunting all the luxuries that you are indulging in nonstop. And yeah, they shouldn't be following at the same time either, right? They shouldn't be, looking for every little alert that's also a fault of theirs. But keep in mind, sometimes someone may even innocently look. They're not necessarily always following everything that a particular person is looking at, but they happen to see a few here and there, and then they see a few more, and then it gets to them. You know, my life is miserable. I'm living like a bum. That's another serious consequence. And then the last one, and this is, you know, for each person to understand, is that the biggest consequence can be what happens to you, your own nafs. You'll get to a point where you can't even enjoy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's bounties. You cannot enjoy the bounties that our Creator has bestowed upon us in so many different ways until you share it with others, meaning until you publicize it to others. That's a big problem. Imagine you got, you know, someone gifted, your parents gifted you a nice car, or, you know, you went out to eat at a nice place, someone treated you to dinner, but you still don't feel good about it until you let XYZ know, until you let the world know on IG or Twitter or Snapchat, whatever, you know, social media app you're using. You're not going to be happy until everyone else knows about it. That's a problem too. And you'll see that sometimes where people are enjoying, you know, a good time, meaning they're at a place where, you know, they're there to be entertained and enjoy other people's company. But all they're doing is holding their phone and, you know, just making a video or making a live scene, letting everyone know where they're at. And they're so indulged in that video of recording themselves or others that they're not even enjoying the moment. They're not even enjoying the moment, but rather they're too busy and too concerned with letting everyone else know that's not even in attendance. You know, they're out maybe in another state, another city, maybe another country. This is a big problem. There's a lot of consequences to this. So our Prophet ﷺ even mentioned in regards to this point a very important hadith. He said, "Ista'inu ala qada'i hawaijikum bil kitman." Or kama qala alayhi salatu wassalam. That seek assistance to take care of all your needs in a discreet manner. In a discreet manner. There's no need to publicize everything that happens in your life. Sure, we like to share good things that happen to us sometimes with those that are close to us, family, friends. That's okay. You know, you want to share the happiness that you experience with someone else. I just had a baby boy, a baby girl. You know, my kid just graduated. I want to invite you to this event. That's all understandable. But when we are going on, you know, different platforms constantly for every little thing that we indulge in and letting the world know, that's a problem. That is a problem. Letting those that are close to you once in a while know about some things, you know, that you are happy about, it's okay. You know, once in a while it's fine. But it should not become a habit of every single thing, right? There are consequences to it. Jealousy, people become miserable. You yourself will not feel satisfied if you make this a habit until other people know about the luxuries that you are indulging in. There's also the evil eye, all right? The evil eye is something real in Islam. And it's basically an eye of jealousy and envy, where if someone looks at you, you know, in a certain way with jealousy and envy, it can affect you. It may affect your health. It may take away the thing that you have. A lot of times people blame everything on the evil eye. Oh, this guy gave me the evil eye. This woman gave me the evil eye, even though it's themselves that are, you know, the problem sometimes. You know, if you're suffering from diabetes or heart conditions, a lot of times, unfortunately, in our community, it's our own eating habits. You know, if you're eating like heavy, oily foods daily, nihari biryani, like nonstop, and then you're blaming it on the evil eye, it's not the evil eye. You know, it's your diet. So, you know, we got to be a little practical sometimes too. But the evil eye in general, yes, it is something that is real. It's a look of jealousy, of envy that sometimes people give to one another, and that's the same reason why you should not publicize every, act of luxury that you indulge in, every moment of happiness, every moment of leisure that you're experiencing, you don't want to publicize it. So Yaqub alayhi salam saw this, and he told Yusuf about this. But here's the next point, which is also pretty amazing, is that, remember, Yaqub is a Nabi of Allah, and he's telling his son, Yusuf, who will also become a Nabi of Allah, that don't tell your siblings, who are, in essence, his other children. They are also the children of a Nabi. If you were to think of any children that grew up in the best upbringing, the best environment, it would be under who else? Under the parents, under the leadership, under the guidance of a prophet, of a Nabi. So the next point here is that nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Yaqub alayhi salam, even though being a Nabi, training his kids, raising them in the best way, he knew their deficiencies. He knew their weaknesses. He didn't deny them. He didn't say, oh no, I am the son of a Nabi, my children will be the best. No. He knew that, hey, look, certain kids of mine, they're going to have an issue with this. And he's telling Yusuf, don't tell them about that dream, because they'll get jealous of you. This is a point for all of us to understand that nobody is perfect, number one. No matter where they come from, who they may be, no matter how they look. Never put someone on a pedestal where if they make a mistake, you will be disappointed. You'll be distraught. You'll be really affected emotionally. That happens a lot nowadays, where people, they raise certain people's status so high. Oh man, this guy is just amazing. Or this person's amazing. The best speaker I've ever heard. The best sheikh I've ever seen. And they could never imagine this person doing something wrong. And the moment, unfortunately, we have social media now, right? I mean, someone can report something in the blink of an eye. And the moment you find out so-and-so did this, now they don't want to hear any talk by anybody. They don't want to hear any lecture. They don't want to listen to any sheikh. And sometimes they distance themselves from Islam altogether. That's a big problem. That's a big problem. So never raise anyone to that status where they become infallible in your mind. No. Always know that every single one of us is bound to make mistakes. كُلُّ بْنِ آدَمَ خَطَّاء. Every child of Adam is a sinner, is going to make mistakes. That goes for anyone who you think is amazing. And if you think of them that way, that yes, they are a great person, but they can make mistakes, then you'll actually have a more sustained level of respect for them and admiration, so that when something bad happens, it's easier for you to understand, easier for you to absorb, and it won't get to you emotionally. You could, work it out amongst yourselves, amongst your own nafs, in your own mind sometimes, that, hey, look, I get it, this person did something wrong. They made a mistake. They need to own up to it. But, I'm not going to turn away from Islam just because of one person. I'm not going to stop listening to lectures. I'm not going to stop coming to the masjid just because of one person, did so-and-so. The world is not a bad place just because of one person. No. It'll keep your own self in equilibrium. You'll be at a balance when you see someone make a mistake of that nature. So never hold someone to a status where you think they will never, make a mistake. You can love them and admire them. Of course, we all love people, admire people, and we should. We should, especially those with knowledge. But never hold them to a level where you think they will never make a mistake. That is a problem. Because if that happens, you will be very disappointed the day you find out they make a mistake. So Yaqub alayhi salam, once again, knew the deficiencies of his children. And another point of that is, hey, many of us here have children. Many of us here have children. And of course, being our children, our own blood, we love to defend them no matter what happens, right? No matter what situation happens. If it's in school, if it's, maybe in the masjid, outside. You're going to defend your kids no matter what. That's fine. That's a good thing. But at the same time, you need to be equitable. That if they did something wrong, you need to be there to reprimand them for that and acknowledge that, no, hey, my kid was wrong in this situation. Sorry about that. I apologize. A lot of situations, parents don't want to believe that their kid did something wrong. I know my kid. Oh, he is like an angel. Subhanallah. He may be in front of you. Once he goes in his bedroom, I don't know. But the point is, once again, look at Yaqub alayhi salam. You weren't better than Yaqub. None of us will be better than Yaqub. But he knew his kids had deficiencies. And he wasn't even ashamed to mention it to his other child, Yusuf alayhi salam. Hey, don't tell this to your brothers, because I know how they will behave. So we have to be balanced as believers. We got to be equitable, and we can never raise people to statuses that become infallible, where we imagine that they will never do anything wrong. That can lead to serious consequences. With that, I'm actually past the time already. I'll end it there, and then we will begin the next khutbah, the next time I'm here, from this point, where Yusuf alayhi salam's brothers actually plotted to kill him. Can you imagine? Remember, they're the children of a Nabi, but they're plotting to kill their own brother. Subhanallah. So we'll go over that, inshallah, and talk about some of the lessons we can draw from that and take the story from there. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وانصر الإسلام وأهله في كل مكان اللهم رد المسلمين إلى دينك مردا جميلا وإلى سنة نبيك مردا جميلا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. Allah, we ask you to guide us, keep us under your light, keep us under your shade on the day of judgment, keep us in a state that you are pleased with us until the day we meet you, Ya Rab. Ameen. Allah, we ask you to grant us long lives in which we perform righteous deeds, deeds that are beloved to you and bring us closer to you. Ameen, Ya Rab. Allah, we ask you to guide our youth and protect them from the fitnas of this life and the trials of this life. Ameen. And keep them on your path and make them even better Muslims than us. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Allah, we ask you to help all those in need all over the world. Allah, provide for them in ways that they could never imagine. Ameen. Allah, we ask you to bless us in what you have given us and continue to give us from your bounty and continue to bless us in what you have given us. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين وصل اللهم على نبينا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين. قم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. Stow. Please line up in straight lines. Line up with your heels on the line, inshallah. الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. التحيات. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله. اللهم انت السلام اللهم اني اعوذ بك